Well, I didn't have this song on the set list, but I just thought of it again. I thought of it because they're getting ready to tear down this building in my hometown of Springfield, Ohio, and it's like the most beautiful historic building in the downtown area. It's really old, and the guy who owns it wants to build a parking lot. And I said, oh, thanks, man. And I just kind of wrote into the paper and said, surely if they need a parking lot, they can choose one of the 100 vacant lots or abandoned buildings in downtown Springfield to use instead of this awesome historic building. And I thought of this quote from this movie I saw last year, Monuments Men, where they said if you destroy a people's history, you destroy their achievements, and then it's as if they never existed anymore. So I sent that to him too, just to make him feel extra guilty about it, and hopefully it'll work. And well, they read it tonight at like the Chamber of Commerce meeting, and I had my dad come and read it on my behalf. It was pretty cool. And but it reminded me of the Monuments Men movie, reminded me of my grandfather because he fought in World War II in the Battle of the Bulge. And there's a scene in the Monuments Men that takes place at the Remagen Bridge, and my grandpa always told me that he was stationed in the Hurricane Forest near the Remagen Bridge. So that was actually in the film, and it was neat to see that. And I think he'd been gone. He passed away about a year before that movie came out, but he was around for most of my life, and we were really close. And he told me when I was a kid he was the one that shot Adolf Hitler, and that he shot his little mustache right off and kept it in his back pocket. So my grandpa had legendary status to me forever for obvious reasons. But he inspired a couple songs, and we made a video for this next song called I Remember together. It was a really special time in my life. We went up to New York, and he was the star of this video, I Remember. So if you get a chance when you go home tonight, you should YouTube it and see it. He's a handsome devil. So let's see. Thank you, ma'am. Been waiting all week for you to say that. This song's called I Remember. It's for George. My grandpa fought in World War II. My uncle fought in Nam. My father was too young. He went to school and met my mom. And her dad always told us stories around dinner time. And there's one he told when I was young that sticks out in my mind. He said 10 years after Daddy taught me about the birds and bees, I was stranded in Pearl Harbor fighting off the Japanese. When the kamikaze pilots came and dove in without warning, I was on the Arizona on a warm December morning. I remember when I was a younger man. We were soldiers fighting in a foreign land. Now I'm older and it's happening again. But it was hard to have forgiveness for the things they did that day. And our president decided we should make their people pay. So we dropped on Nagasaki and we cut them down to size. And the one we dropped on Hiroshima left them vaporized. And I heard some Christians saying, what would Jesus do? What if you were on the wrong side? Would he point the gun at you? And they read through every word of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John, so they could see if killing was the side that Christ was on. I remember when I was a younger man. We were soldiers fighting in a foreign land. Now I'm older and it's happening again. And they separate the church and state and keep God out of schools, so our governments can educate based upon their rules. But people start to wonder if our politics make sense when religion is our best excuse for national defense, and when our citizens start saying that our wars are not okay. And Washington keeps telling them God loves the USA, and they teach us history so we can learn from our mistakes. And this generation wants to know how many years it takes to change the way we treat our neighbors all across the land. 'Cause if we don't change our hearts, we repeat the past again. I remember when I was a younger man, we were soldiers fighting in a foreign land. Now I'm older and it's happening again. When my grandpa finished talking, we went walking, he and I was thinking of the future and how scared I was to die. Now my best friend's overseas in the desert where it's dry, fighting for our country, and I need a reason why. I remember when he was a younger man. Now he's a soldier fighting in a foreign land. Now we're older. God, bring him home again.